Start your engines. It's time to drive Inspector Success.
Driving Inspector Success number 33. You know, I am on my way to go see my dad again today, and I stop, and one of the things that I do every day for his wife, his amazing wife, Carol, is grab a newspaper for her because she loves doing the crossword puzzle. And it just kind of brought to mind some of the stuff that we deal with every single day, and that's distractions, okay? I am blown away by the amount of people that get distracted by what's going on out in the real world. I want you to know, I don't blame you. You know, first we're distracted about, the presidential election. Then we're distracted about the economy. Then we're distracted about the legislation that's going through Congress and maybe even in your state. It is distracting. When I was younger, I would get caught up in those distractions, right? At a certain point, I understood that it was a distraction, and people would ask me, hey, Mike, we want you to run for president of our local association. And I went, once I get my company to this size, then I will do that, because right now I have to make sure my company is successful. And that point was I wanted to be able to have 6 inspectors, and I wanted to be able to have an assistant manager in place to help make sure that the business would be taken care of if I was taking care of other things. It was a distraction. And I'm glad I did it. And I'm also glad that I waited until I got my company to that size. I want you to know, I then became president of our state association. Man, it was such a great opportunity to change so many things in our industry. And then I served 6 years. Think about that. 6 years on the Texas Real Estate Commission, Inspector Advisory Commission. And I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And yet it was all a distraction. Okay? Because my company did continue to grow. And honestly, I grew as a person as well. And so that may be the best thing out of some of those things. And I understood better some of the stuff that was going on out there. However, our company did not grow at the level I think it could have while I was covered up with some of those distractions. And I remember at one point, we were trying to get some legislation changed, and I took Jonathan, who was very young at the time, and I took him, and we went down and we sat in one of those committees, and we sat there all day long. And finally, like 1 a.m. in the morning, believe it or not, 1 a.m. in the morning, we got a chance to get up and share with all of them. And I told them what was going on and how I thought it was impacting our industry. And they went, I need live witnesses to tell me that this is a problem. Well, there weren't any. There weren't any. It was one of these things that we fabricated, that we got excited about, that we knew was wrong, but it wasn't really hurting anybody. I mean, people will tell you, oh, it absolutely hurt people. It didn't. Okay. Now keep in mind, this was 20 plus years ago. And so I was driving home from Austin, the capital of Texas, and Jonathan was sitting in the chair. And one of the things that was I didn't want him to fall asleep because I was having a hard time staying awake, for that 3-hour drive home. And so I had him write a letter to the chairman telling him thank you for his time and thank you for, his wisdom on the subject, and then kind of reiterating our point a little bit and how we were willing to go find those people that had been damaged by the way this legislation had been set up. We never found them, by the way. We never found them. And that drive home was like an epiphany to me. I had spent all day long. The only saving grace for me was the fact that I had my son with me and I got to spend time with him. And I got to see more about how, our government works, at least at the state level and everything. And I'm going to tell you that I had an epiphany. Had I spent that whole day working on marketing my company and growing my company, I would have done better for me and my company and my family and my employees. And I realized I had gotten distracted. Don't be distracted. Look, I vote now. I talk to people. I have very simple yet strong opinions about what's right and what's wrong. And I will even allow some, politicians to put a sign in my front yard. Though me and Susan are on kind of like opposite sides of the political spectrum. So there are very few signs that go in our yard. Can you imagine putting a sign up there for, this party and putting a sign up there for this party and people driving by going, wow, that's an interesting household, right? And so here's the thing is, now I try to focus my time on what I think is the most important parts of this. And that's, well, for starters, that's you. And that's me helping other people succeed. And by coaching, by the way, one of the things that I find out is it makes me a better business owner. It makes me a better manager. It makes me a more informed person for everything that's going on in the world. Now, at Mission 25, I am literally going to dump all of these secrets that I've been learning for like the last year into the hands of everybody that shows up. Now, if you're not signed up for that yet, go out to homeinspectormission.com, homeinspectormission.com, and get signed up. I mean, I think it's a whole whopping $117. And I want you to know that's because we have so many incredible sponsors that are coming. And I had another sponsor come in yesterday. The people that do certified modular home, certifications for people doing modular home inspections. I am so excited to see them. And then we have people that are going to help you with warranties if you decide to put warranties in place. We're going to have people that are going to help you if you decide you want to have mold in place, and all kinds of other things. Ways to make money by either doing more dollars per inspection or being able to raise your prices because you deliver more. We're going to have a whole presentation, by the way, on unique selling points, and you need at least five unique selling points that make you different than basically everybody in your market. Now, I've said that differently in the past, so that's the way I'm trending now. And part of it is this because our competition is getting better. However, again, what I want to remind you is the world will test you. Are you really focused on your business? Are you really focused on your family? Are you really focused on being successful? Or will you allow the news and the media and politics and, so many other things to distract you? Don't do that. Please don't do that. And also, I want you to know my last free webinar is tonight. My last free webinar is tonight. Go out to coachblueprint.com/Zoom, coachblueprint.com/Zoom. Come join us. I'm going to be teaching 7 startling secrets, by the way, that most people don't know that are in this industry that will literally change the whole way you see everything, and it'll help you focus even better on what you need to do to take your business next level. I'm going to tell you, I remember the first time I went to an industry seminar, it literally changed the whole way I thought about our industry. And I began to realize how much bigger it was and how much opportunity was there and everything. You need to come see Mission 25 to be able to have that epiphany as well. And hopefully it won't be from, 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning trying to drive home from talking to some politician who could care less about what you have to say, okay? And by the way, for all of you guys out there that do work on the laws and regulations for our industry, I just want to say thank you. And I want you to know that it takes away from your family. I want you to know it takes away from your business. And I want you to know that we appreciate that effort. I recently heard that Nick Gromyko did something great again, and he won another type of situation politically, and like a lawsuit type thing that helped keep our industry headed in the right direction. Nick, you have my heart, buddy. You're doing a great job out there. It was nice seeing you also at the conference recently. So guys, don't be distracted. Come hear what successful people will learn. We're going to talk about AI. We're going to talk about marketing. We're going to talk about unique selling points. We're going to talk about what real estate agents want to be able to know that you have in your company so that they can recommend you. We are going to talk about masterminding so that you can be around other successful people. All of this stuff and more, because we want to make sure that you are successful. And so don't be distracted. Be successful. And the best way to do that is to be around other people that are working towards success as well. And that's why I say be successful and be around those that are successful. Because the more money you make, the more people you can help. Well, this is Mike Crow with Driving Inspector Success. And I just want you to know, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to watch these, and I love the comments I'm getting, and so many people that are saying things. I ran into one inspector at the show, and they went, I recognize that voice. And I went, well, there you go. It's nice to know that maybe I'm reaching some people and helping people be successful as well. And this is not a distraction for me. This is where I'm at in life right now, and I want to help as many people as I can before I exit stage right. Maybe that'll be you. I hope so. Have a great day. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.